Folks, sit back, relax. You know what we're doing today? You know what? We have the classic cassette tape. We're going back to OP. We're going to try One Piece, the classic. OP08, the worst One Piece set. The set that everybody told me was the end of One Piece. People told me this was it. The end of the market, the end of the bull market. This was the turning point. So my patron Peter R said, Rudy, let's do it, man. Let's do a little One Piece opening. So I'm going to crack 3 boxes so we can get a good sample size. And I want to open what the market is telling me is the worst One Piece set ever made. And that's what we're doing today. So we got One Piece, the infamous OP08 2 Legends set. Apparently, our girl, little Naomi Nami, isn't even in this. Mr. Monkey D, there's nothing of value. She's really excited to see us, everybody. All right, okay. I know nothing about One Piece. I'm not going to BS you guys. That is a healthy dog woman? Is she a... Huh, okay. Very interesting. What happened to his clothes? Oh my God, this shit is wild. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get to the goodies, shall we, everybody? You can't take Hawking this early. We'll speed up as we go on. I'm just kind of exploring right now. So the back of the pack is where we get our little shininess. The earth will not lose. So I do not know what is considered the big hits in One Piece. I just know a couple things. When you guys grade One Piece with old PCG over here, holy smokes, the card quality, these things are so good. It is so much easier to get 10s, 9 5s, 10s, gem mints, pristines, and black label, fancy gold label. Like, it is the easiest card game to get good grades on grading. So that's one thing I've learned. Holy smokes. How can she even see me down here? I guess between the mountain canyon up there? This, oh my God. Oh, okay. Milky. Hungry Rudy, Charlotte, and boy, that's one thing I can tell you guys on One Piece. I can't wait to see the comments in this video. That's one thing about One Piece. The card quality is phenomenal, and the art, man, the details and the way they do these cards are gorgeous. And the chase cards in the back, oh my goodness, these just like the way the foiling in the chase cards are. I mean, they are fucking beautiful. Holy, you got to give Bandai credit. It's so weird how some card games are so good at card stock and card quality. She is so happy to see me. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Robson, that's go. Garrett, okay. And godly, that subtle foiling. Dr. K. That is an interesting figure on Dr. K there. That's a very interesting figure. I think this individual needs to eat more tacos or more waffle fries. Look a little malnourished there. Charlotte here. Now, she looks, again, very happy to always see us. Tristan over here, I can't tell if it's a puppy dog thing, but she's doing the milk thing. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's confusing to the human brain there. We got Candy over here. Dr. K again. We got Baron. We got the old Iron. Charlotte again. We got Miss Milky, of course. And, of course, in the back here, that is a really crazy looking jewelry Mrs. B. My goodness. Like I said, you guys just got to let me know in the comment section. Peter, I don't know if this is a good or a bad box opening. I'm still stuck in the mountain crevice, and that's what I feel like happens to me every day when I go to work. And, yeah, I don't know if we're doing really good or really bad with old Puddin' here. Puddin', Charlotte Puddin'. And, yeah. So, this one has 2 foils and a different looking, a fancy black bordered looking. Is that a token? Why is wait, that might be a token. Even the card back is different. Is this some sort of token or marker? It's got to be something like that. I was like, it doesn't seem like a... So a Dawn card, is that just kind of a supplementary card? Because even the card back looks very different. All right, so I'm going to start speeding up through the comments here now that I'm starting to see all the repeats. And obviously you guys want to see the chase cards in the packs. So, but while we're doing this, let's discuss kind of the state of One Piece. Wow. That's it. That's the end of the video right there. The state of One Piece has been absolutely incredible. This company and the success of this card game has been absolutely mind-blowing, everybody. I mean, I just cannot believe how well they're managing it, how well the print runs are tightened, even though everybody's begging for 10x the print run. They're ignoring the game piece army mentality. They continue to innovate on different type of cards and illustrators and secret things, and now they have an anime set, a specialty set. I mean, they're just doing really, really good. And they're not taking the Star Wars Unlimited approach. They're not making carbonite collector boxes like Magic and Star Wars. It almost feels like One Piece is taking more of the route of like Pokemon. That's what it feels like to me. Oh, wow, we got a flashy card there with a lot of, what's with the edging? It's like, oh wait, it comes off. It's just cardboard dust. Black Maria, beautiful. Oh my God, gorgeous card on there. Look at the tech, that is a beautiful card. Again, I don't know if that's considered, I just always know like certain head cards are super expensive, as they say. If you go on TCG Player, there are cards that are in the hundreds of dollars in this set. And my goodness, there is Mrs. N. Very happy to see us. She's laying down there. Her dress looks a little short there. I'm a little concerned about these bushes around her. Could be poking her in certain areas that would be uncomfortable. I know she's having a great time, but is a little bit of a safety health concern. So I feel like we need to put a towel, or maybe at least a towel underneath her or around this area, because what if these bushes are poisonous? That's a very dangerous, concerning thing for my concern for these beautiful ladies' health. We don't want them getting sick or injured or anything like that. That's definitely always a concern for Captain Rudy over here. All right, moving forward here, we got the Imperial Flame with a, God, even, like, I know these aren't the super expensive chase cards, but these things are just the subtle foiling. Man, I always wondered why, like, it's almost like a more plastic card feel. Does that make sense? It's like a thicker, it has like more of a Weiss, kind of the One Piece and the printers use for like Bushy Road and Bandai. These all must be the same printers in the same locations. Now, what's going on with Mrs. Gin Rummy Gummy Bear? What is going on here? Are those shields protecting her assets in the middle there? I mean, are those just like little fluffy, like, are those cereal bowls that I'm supposed to put my milk in and eat out of? I don't know what's going on here. I am, once again, very confused and concerned about that particular piece of art, because this is how I feel. I feel like I'm Maria Onion Bear. That seems like Rudy right now. Charlotte. In the back here, we got Queen. That's kind of what I looked like in high school. And Tony Chopper. God, the quality of these cards. Okay, so it's like the edges always look rough, but actually, you rub your finger, the dust actually comes off of that. God, the detail, the art on these things. Like, that's one thing I have to admit. Like, compared, like, in Weiss Schwartz, like, not even talking about gameplay or anything. In Weiss, unless you get the single crazy cards, like, everything else is, like, screenshots, and, wow, look at that. It's almost like a drawn version. The cards aren't that good looking. They're just, like, anime screenshots in Weiss. They're just kind of face shots, or there's not a lot going on. She's still happy to see us, even after these videos. She's still doing the milk thing. Okay, that's good. But what's interesting in One Piece is like all the the art, like it feels like they even put effort into the art and the design style, and like even the common uncommons in the front of the pack. Once again, shields, cereal bowls. I don't know what's going on there. Very confused. I am noticing some track printing in the common uncommon slot in the front of the pack. A lot of specific Whoa! Silver's Dr. Art. Look at this thing. Holy shit! Look at that card. Whoa! My goodness, he looks badass. Damn. That is an awesome looking textured card. I'm going to put him up there. That's got to be worth something. That has to be at least like a chase card in the set or something. That is really awesome looking, everybody. Holy smokes. So we're about to finish box 1 already. And you guys just need to let me know. Peter, I don't know if this is just an average box or you guys are just making fun of me because we had every worst card possible. Or is everybody freaking out because, ooh, Rudy's Solid Snake. Okay, a little SR down there. Is it yeah, an SR? Okay. All right, well, that's cool. So we're down to the last few packs. Let's talk about other things going on. We got to get out of this mountain canyon. So these box prices, this was the particular set. I just want to let everybody know. Let me give you guys a little behind the scenes that I don't think you all are fully aware of right now. Okay, so this was the set that kind of Bandai really tested the print run situation on, okay? So OP08 was a set they did a very large second wave reprint to kind of see what would happen with the market at that particular time. Whoa, another crazy looking Charlotte Linlin? It's kind of what I used to look like in high school, man. Or no, this is more college Rudy with the tacos. Cool looking card though. Like even the cards with these crazy evil looking chicks, dude, they're cool as hell looking. Cards are kind of weird in there. they have a cool look to them. They just have like the emotion, the vibe of the characters is just really well done. And that Wanda card, even though it's like a dog with like giant milking things, but she's drawn. I don't know what's going on with that. And we got Zoo, the Rudy self-portrait. Okay, so that's box 1 already. I think what's interesting to me is like when they tested OP08 and they raised the print run on this thing, it did that massive second wave to try to get a huge chunk of additional sales and revenue. Obviously, the market price on this set dropped, and then you factor that in, that people feel OP08 is a weaker, kind of not as good of a set between the arts and, well, the power level. So you had this really weird situation with this particular One Piece product, okay? So, what does all that mean? Well, the market rejected it, and the market got really unhappy, and the price of this set tanked like a brick, okay? No joke. This thing tanked, and this particular product, which is what I want to talk about, one of the reasons I decided to do a box opening on this finally, don't expect another box opening, but I at least want to talk about it, because I thought this was a great story. So, the other thing was this set, because of what they did and they tested, and the market rejected and got mad, this allowed me to kind of do my first major One Piece move of buying and doing things. Because this set, distributed, there was a couple month window where distributors kept trying to push and sell One Piece, and they had a hard time selling OP08. And this is the first time a One Piece set didn't sell that well. We got Jewelry Mrs. B again. Her shirt is barely holding on there. Those beautiful, curvy, big old thighs there looking awesome. And they're kind of popping out there. Hopefully she's going to land on a mattress or something soft. I don't want her to get injured there. So when OP08 hit, what is this? Rudy Solid Snake again. Okay. So distributors, I went back and forth for probably 2 months trying to buy the rest of it. So eventually, after 2 months of back and forth, beautiful Tony Chopper, I was able to finally get like the last couple pallets of this stuff, of the booster boxes. And I remember, talking about this, and everybody said, wow, Rudy really doesn't know what he's doing. He just spent all his money on the worst One Piece set ever made. And that's why I was like, okay. And everybody is right. Jack with a fancy version. Everybody else is correct. I don't have a lot of knowledge of One Piece. I don't know how to play the game. I don't know all the characters in detail. I just know she's always happy to see me, which makes me feel good. And that's how I feel when I say hello to her. And I know the artwork, and I know the uncensored nature of the characters and theme of One Piece. They don't give a shit. They just kind of do what people want. And she's just in the product. Well, the product sells really well. Call it what you want. But One Piece is proving itself that it's looking like it could stand the test of time, everybody. I was very, I'll be honest. At the beginning of One Piece, I didn't carry One Piece till OP03. I was one of those people. And I was skeptical. I was wrong. And I missed out big time on One Piece. I didn't carry at the beginning. I thought Bandai, because of their infamous track record of making insane amounts of card games, and, well, the card games failing all the time, and them overprinting and screwing up, I didn't think One Piece was going to be managed properly, and I didn't think it was going to hold up. And I was wrong. But, golly, the cards, the quality of everything, and I think what happens is, whoa, Black Maria coming in, Jesus Louise. Like I said, I don't know what's considered chase cards or anything, but my God, some of these cards, like this one with like the silver, dude, some of these things are just insane. I haven't seen that card art yet. So, I don't know. I've noticed a lot of repeats of card names, so I don't know if it's just parallel versions of the same card or their variants, or they reprint the same card with different actual artwork. I'm not really sure how One Piece operates with that. So, I don't know if they make it easy for the Game Piece Army to have the cheap versions, and then they print alternate arts and parallels and expensive chase versions of the cards for the collectors and evil investors. But, anyways, so as of filming this video, I probably have about half of that One Piece left. I don't have all of it when I bought the couple pallets. You guys remember in some videos a long time ago, I had a bunch of One Piece, but honestly, a lot of patrons bought a lot of it. I get private messages from you guys all the time. Rudy, can I buy a case of OP08 kind of thing. I've sold quite a bit of it. I still kept. I have about a pallet and a half, so eventually I am going to want to sell my other half pallet, just keep the leftover one for myself. But you guys still message me all the time. Rudy, can I get a case price, or can I get a box? Just give me 10% off TCG Player. Stuff like that happens all the time. Another Charlotte there. But I still feel like if this is considered the worst One Piece set, I I'm over here going, are you kidding me? This is considered the worst One Piece set they've made out of the OP 1 through what, 10? And then we got what, specialty sets? And then we got an anime version. We got these specialty one, like, and this is considered bad? Like, how is this in the bad set right now? These are $100 a box on TCG Player. Maybe 105 with tax. Like, how is this? Ooh, another crazy one. Look at that. Whoa, King with a crazy looking border and art on that bad boy. So I don't know if because of the box that really, because remember, just so you guys know, there was a 30-day window when this thing tanked. Whoa, what is that? Queen character. Whoa, that is a wild looking card. Look at the dust marks from the printer for the factory. Comes right off. But dude, that's crazy looking. All right, well, here we go. We move these commons out of the way so my hairy arm doesn't destroy everything. But that's the thing is, folks, there was a 30-day window when people thought One Piece was reprinting everything, which they did do reprints of everything, but besides the tests of OP08, the reprints were incredibly small. And on top of that, in that moment, everybody thought, like, literally, that was it. One Piece is crashing. The easy days are over with. And it was a really weird... it was only lasted like a month. But it was a super weird thing, everybody. Like, the prices were just so volatile. And every store was, like, instructing every employee to dump any leftover boxes on TCG Player. And we saw this really weird, mega, like, short-term downward pressure on, like, every single One Piece set. And I don't really know, like, what was causing the panic besides the reprint. I don't know if there was something else happening, like the organized play, Pro Tour type scene. I don't know if something else was going on that was spreading online where the game was broken or there was rumors. I don't know what happened. But it was insane, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I'm telling y'all, we went from a normal One Piece market, and, like, I'm telling you guys, there was this window where every single One Piece set dropped, like, no joke, like 20 to 60, 70% off. Like, some One Piece sets from the all-time high were down almost 65% drops. Now, again, it didn't hold, and obviously the market was not dead, and, well, the prices, well, came roaring back across the board. Now, if you go online today, and you look up One Piece and OP anything, if you look at the charts, well, there is no One Piece set that's going straight down to zero. She's always happy to see us. And, well, I don't know how it ended and disappeared. Ooh, we got a nice little carrot. Rawr. Okay, rawr. I am a little concerned, though. I hope she's able to fully breathe in and out, because this looks like on the side here, next to the carrot outfit, the straps on the side are on that corset area where her curves are. They're pulling in really tight, which could impact her a bit. If she's jumping around and doing a lot of aggressive, high heart rate activities, that could impact it. You can see the strain on the shirt of the carrot there. So there's a little bit of a health concern right there, everybody. But, you know, Dr. Rudy is here to make sure these young ladies are, you know, we want them to be healthy and taken care of. So that's a very, you know, very concerning thing when I see cards like that, because she was definitely engaged in very rigorous activities, and, you know, proper breathing and posture is very, very important, everybody. All right, so as we get to the end of this video, everybody, I guess the conclusion is, don't expect a lot of One Piece. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so this is the same card as the Silvers. Silvers A. Is it the exact same, like, text and everything? Is it just a parallel? On play, set to your opponent. So, okay, so it's the exact same card. So one SEC 2 OP08 118. Okay, so it's literally just one's like a secret or a parallel version. Holy smokes. Okay. That's what I thought. Because I was like, I feel like the same cards are having different versions of rarity. Which is a really, nothing wrong with that approach. People can get cheap versions to play, and other people can collect the rarest version. I think there's nothing wrong with that in One Piece. Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with any card game having game pieces that are cheap, regular versions, but then having chase, alternate, special, flashy versions. I think that is the proper way to go. I've said that all along. I've even said it as far as in Magic the Gathering. I've said there's even should be almost like a reserve list. The reserve list should be expanded, and not only should they be expanded, but there should be like a reserve list. Whoa, Pedro, that's neat looking. There should be a reserve list for almost artwork and framework. Like, there should be special things that they respect as historical and save. But again, if you want the card or the mechanic to be reprintable for the game piece army so their heads don't pop off, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I've always thought there should be expansions to that kind of thing. So, who knows, right? What does Rudy know? I'm just a goofy cardboard guy in Florida, and I always get stuck between the mountain canyons and, whatever, right? So anyways, as we wrap up this video here, Peter, thanks for being a very kind patron. I don't know how good or bad this video was today. You're going to have to check out the comment section. Whoa, 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 whoa. Up, we got Jewelry Mrs. B again. Okay, I'm very happy to see, though, that her shirt does say up. So when she falls down, or she's upside down, or she gets laying flat, at least we know which side is up for this young lady. I do like that kind of concept. It adds a little bit of clarity, and it can remove some confusion when engaging in rigorous activities. So that's very, very cool. We got another beautiful Rudy snake there. I think it's the third time Rudy snake has showed up in one video. Been very active today, everybody. It's very interesting. So, and of course, we got the little shark. Are these sets not that big? I feel like there's a lot of duplication. Like, I feel like, my goodness, I mean, these things come in cases of 12. I was like, holy smokes, so should we be having this much duplication only in 3 boxes? Like, I feel like the set feels small. Oh, wait a minute, was this, okay, so Mrs. N again, still concerned. I know it's the end of the video, but she still needs to be careful because these could be poison ivy or some sort of plant that could impact or cause issues with her legs and her very important region there. I'm still very concerned that she has not corrected that. But I just realized, I was like, this set doesn't, like, we're getting should we be having this many? Ooh, that's neat looking. Whoa, I have not seen the cloven. Whoa, that's neat. I love the comic book style approach, man. With the bubbles and the text and the oof and the thing. I love that, man. Teenage Rudy just thinks that's the coolest vibe. That's a really neat thing. I'm not sure what I don't know these Dawn cards where it has like your turn different things. I don't know if these are considered like enchantments for Magic, or they're kind of things that or kind of alter the play field, or if it's just like a token type approach. Because even the card backs on those are definitely different. Ending the video, everybody. Conclusion, again, I'm not a huge One Piece fan. It's just part of my business, but I have to admit, everybody, you got to give credit where credit's due. And Bandai, for their track record of being very volatile and a lot of problems they've had, they have done a phenomenal job on One Piece. I don't think One Piece is a flash in the pan, folks. I think One Piece is going to be around a long time. One Piece is, what do we have, like a set? We've got 10 OP sets. What do we have, like 3 or 4 like side sets and parallel expansion sets? I mean, once a card game passes 10 expansions, and we're heading to like 15 plus sets, I mean, and One Piece is just doing, and every single One Piece product released is doing good. And this is considered, OP08 is considered the 2 legends, this set. It's considered the worst in the One Piece series. Because it had the second print run that was large, and Bandai tested the impact on the market. They didn't like what they saw. They never did it again. I mean, you got to give credit. Good job, Bandai. And that's something that I don't say very often in my entire life. But damn, well played, man. You made a great product. Amazing, gorgeous cards. Beautiful styles. Different chase rarities of parallels and cheaper versions for playability. I mean, good job, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a beautiful day out there. Yeah. We always try to run at least like one Piece sale a month for patrons. Blah, blah, blah. Got a shill for Rudy. Don't care. I'm hungry. Have a good day.